Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Nothing happens over here like that, like it is in America.
Pro boxing fans, we're here in London. It's fight week. Joyce versus Billy Zhang. We got buzzer, big Barney-Smith. Barry, you're here because some of your fighters are on the undercard of the Joyce fight. First of all, how are you?
Yeah, we're all good, thanks. Yeah, great to be here. You know, going to enjoy the day of bowling. Yeah, have a bit of fun for once.
Yeah, it is a bit different. We're in a bowling alley. I think a few of the boxers are going to sort of test their skills on the bowling lane. But let's talk about yourself. Obviously, a few of your fighters here. First of all, you got Aloys Jr., who a lot of people are talking about. Looks in good shape. I've just seen him throw a few balls. You know, he looks like he's got a bit of technique. But how is he in the gym? How's he been?
He's a really true professional. You know, he's really looking good in the gym. You know, he's just turned 20. He's a little powerhouse at 20 years of age. You know, he's going to have an amazing career in front of him. You know, we are really looking forward to seeing his journey.
Obviously, when you get a fighter that young, what's the sort of goal? What's the progression stages for him? Is it just getting out as many times as possible and then sort of just pick up from there?
Yeah, of course it is. It's about getting them out regular, keeping them very busy. You know, but with someone like him, I think there'll be a lot of problems getting them opponents and whatever, because like he's just like like a little mini Mike Tyson is. You know, it's going to be brilliant to see.
I was just walking behind his Royston Barney-Smith. Talk to me about him. He's been on a fair few cards and a fair few decent cards as well, putting in performances, a few of Tyson Fury's, for Wembley a couple of times. Good little experience for him, right?
It's just a baby, you know what I mean? That's what we call him, Baby Roy in the gym, you know. But and now he's grown into a man. Yeah, even in the gym now we can see the way he's sparring, the way he's progressing. You know, that's going to be one hell of a journey as well. We've got, you know what I mean. So the future's very bright for us down this gym.
Let's talk about the rest of the fighters at your gym. Obviously, you got Lee Wood there, who's preparing for a big clash on October the 7th in Sheffield against Josh Warrington. A lot of people are saying, look, Josh Warrington coming off a loss, he's declining. You know, we saw a couple of performances where he's probably not been at his best. So Lee Wood should be a walk in the park for Lee Wood. Do you believe that narrative?
Yeah, no, this is no walk in the park, trust me. But do I believe Josh Warrington's got that one more great night in him? For me, this is just my opinion. I don't believe he has. I don't think he can go to that places where he's been before, you know. I used to enjoy watching Josh Warrington fight, you know. Just like anything, you know what I mean? The clock catches up to us all in the end, you know. And Lee was progressing in age, but he's like fine wine. He's getting better and better and better, yeah. So I think Josh's best days are behind him, yeah. Well, they are behind him. And Lee was just still blooming, you know. He's a late bloomer in life, you know. So it won't be a walk in the park, but I am expecting a Lee Wood win, 100%.
And then after that, obviously, Lee's got his eyes set on some big fights stateside, possibly. Is that the plan now, just to get him winning this fight, and then just get him out stateside and fight some of them champions?
Well, first of all, we've got to get through Josh Warrington first. You know, like you said, like I just said, this ain't going to be no walk in the park. But Lee Wood's dream is the City Grand. That's the dream. That's the fight he wants after this. You know, someone that brings someone over for the City Grand, and yeah, that's what he wants. He wants the City Grand, and I don't think he'll take anything less apart from the City Grand.
Talk to me about Floyd Mayweather. So Floyd Mayweather calling his prospects out for Lee Wood.
Well, why don't Floyd Mayweather fight him?
Lee did actually sort of allude to that on Twitter. But let's talk about another fighter I've been asking you and Ben about this year, especially, is Billy Joe Saunders. We know that he's back in the gym. Still, I spoke to Eddie as well, Eddie, and I said, Eddie, are you interested in signing Billy? And he said, listen, you know, it's interesting. It's something that we do want to look at. I know that there was a picture of Billy Joe Saunders and Eddie Hearn, so there might have been some talks. Is there any sort of proposed plan in regards to what's next for Billy?
All I know is Billy Joe is back in the gym. His weight's come off. He's looking good. You know, everything's all started to slot back into place. His reflexes, his speed, you know, his commitment for the sport. The youngers, I can see the youngers back there now. You know, I mean, he's got the fire back in his stomach. I watched him spar the other day. it was good to watch again. You know, it was like the old Billy coming back now. It's just a few months, then I think he'll be back to his flying self again. You know, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. This one is.
Every time Billy Joe's name is mentioned, obviously we always talk about Chris Eubank Jr. It's still a fight that people might want in the future. Obviously, we need Billy Joe to come back into the ring. But what did you make of Chris's rematch against Liam Smith and the way he won that fight?
Fair play to him. Fair play to him. To be honest, I didn't think he was going to do it, you know, after the last performance. But fair play to him. He come back, done what he had to do, you know. But you talk about Billy Joe and Eubanks, you know. Yeah, that's a possible one down the future, you know. Yeah, who knows?
Do you want to sort of move on to boxing and talk about other few things before I let you go? Big Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou in a fight that's had mixed reactions. What do you make of this? Obviously fighting a UFC champion, Francis Ngannou entering the ring for the first time, a boxing ring, or what do you make of that?
You know, there's people in line to fight Tyson, you know. I just think it's just a publicity thing, money, stunt. That's what I think it is, you know. You can't blame him. He's probably getting good money for it, you know. I mean, he has to secure his future for his family. That's why he's probably doing it, you know. But, you know, there's Usyk waiting there for him, you know. There's probably Anthony Joshua there waiting for him. These are the fights the public want to see. I want to see. Do I want to see that? Not really, I don't. As a boxing fan, I want to see the big guns going for it, you know what I mean? I'd like to see him fight Usyk, Anthony Joshua, even have the Donde Wilder fight again. That's a great trilogy. I'd like to see that again. But do I want to see this as a boxing fan? Not really, you know. But will I watch it? Yeah, I'll watch it, because it's out of interest. But Tyson's just going to play with him, and Tyson is the best heavyweight on the planet. We all know that. But there's fights there waiting for him. There's people in line for it. They're the fights we want to see. Come on, let's get them all together, these big heavyweights, let's fight.
I want to ask you about Alexander Usyk. Obviously fought Daniel Dubois, and we know what happened in that fight. A lot of people after that fight said, listen, that was a very declining performance from Usyk. Did you see that, or did you feel like he maybe just didn't put his performance in on the night, and he's got much better in the bigger fights?
Let's give Daniel Dubois some credit here, yeah? Right? So he's getting in there with these big monsters, you know. Technically, he's a cruiser. He's getting there with these big monsters like Daniel Dubois, who can actually fight, who can actually punch, yeah. You're getting in there with these monsters. They are monsters, these guys. Is he on a decline? Yeah, like I just said. The clock catches up with us all, this biological clock, you know. You can't beat it, you know. It's a young man's sport. It is 100%. But I'm going to give Daniel Dubois some credit here. I know what the next question's going to be. Was it a low blow? No, I don't think it was a low blow. I think he did get winded and he milked it. Which any fighter would have done, because the referee let him. But I do believe if the referee would have started counting, I do believe he would have got up. Yeah, but you to take that. You just don't know what the referee said in the changing rooms. How low can they punch? Is that an illegal punch on the belt? We don't know that. We wasn't there when the referee said it. So, but he milked it. But fair play to Daniel.
Final two from myself. Obviously on Saturday night is a big fight from Joyce versus Zhieli Zhang. Do you believe that Joyce can beat Zhieli, and can he make enough adjustments in his game to stop that backhand from landing? Do you feel like Joe coming on Saturday night?
I want Joyce to win because he's British, you know. I like to see all British fighters do well, but I just thought the first fight was just a little bit easy, so I want Joyce to win, but I think he's got a mountain to climb, you know. I think he's got a mountain. I think he landed that backhand at will. Whenever he wanted to throw that backhand, he landed it, you know. So obviously, if Joe can get his head movement game, walking off the line, I think I want him to win, but I think it's going to be a mountain for him to climb.
Final one for myself. We see Canelo's going to be fighting Charlo, a fight that a lot of people didn't expect. They expected the other Charlo to be in the ring, but we've got Canelo, Charlo. What do you make of that fight? How do you see that fight playing out?
It all depends on Canelo, and like I said, on that biological clock. Has he got one of them great nights in him? I don't know if it's Canelo we're talking about, you know, one of the all-time greats. I'm going to go for a Canelo win. I'm going for a Canelo win on that.
Actually, before I let you go, we got Crawford's trainer who came to Manchester for Barney-Smith, and he's now obviously in jail because of possession of a firearm. What do you make of the situation? It was crazy when I saw it on Twitter, when I saw the news break, and now it seems to be very real. What did you make of that?
I don't know. That's a mad one, that is, you know. And I mean, either you're a boxing coach or a gangster. We do put it up at airports and fucking with a loaded gun on you. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, you know what I mean? You don't come from America. I don't know if he got it here, what the story was, but he had a gun in that suitcase. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We come in, nothing happens over here like that, like it is in America, you know what I mean? In America, it's a fucking different animal to over here. But I don't know, man. It's fucking mental. Now, what's he going to get? 5 years for that?
We don't know. I think there's going to be some sort of trial at the start of October, so we'll know a little bit more then.
Well, you know, I've known friends who have been caught with guns, and they've all gone like 5 or 10 years. They've all got. You know what I mean? So why would he be so different? You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, Bazza, I'm going to leave you to go and see what your bowling skills are like, and no doubt we'll speak to you closer to. I'm going to be in Sheffield actually for Leewood, so I'll probably see you there in Sheffield anyway. And then good luck to the lads on Saturday night. Thank you very much.
Thank you.